here in Arizona, and I just can't hardly wait to get this started. So since I was on yesterday for Sew Sunday, I put the sashing, pre-built it on so that I don't have to lay my quilt out on the floor. And today I'm going to put the rest of it together because, again, I can't hardly wait to see what it's going to look like. So here I am, gonna put it together. So if you were watching yesterday for Sew Sunday, this is just a continuation of that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. What the first thing that I'm gonna do, and if you're new to my channel, subscribe, like, share my videos. The first thing I'm gonna do is make piles of 7. Makes it so much easier for me. So I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna turn them upside down. 1, because it's gonna start with a black. 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5,
Say that out loud. Okay.
6, and 7.
Hi,
So
Joyce.
here's one pile of 7 blocks,
Hi, Vicky.
and all I'm going to continue doing is making piles of 7. So this will just be row 1, and row 2, and so on and so forth, until I have all my piles of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, only 6. I only need 6 of these ones.
Hi,
And
Joe.
one of these makes 7. So there would be row 2. And then one of these, and 6 of these. Oh, yes. 1, 2. Oh no, I gotta recount. 3,
Do you want me to count for you?
4, 5, 6. Oh, that is 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And one of these makes 7. So there's row 3. Or it doesn't really matter at this point because it doesn't really matter, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Because every row starts and ends with my black center ones. That way they're spread out equally through the quilt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Maybe make a step over here in the iron board.
And there's number 7. No good. How's everybody doing today? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And come on. And number 7. One, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6.
Joyce is doing good.
And that's 7. I know I'm kind of on early, but like I said, I wanted to get this done because I'm like in one of those moods. 1,
Hi, Jim.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Bam, just like that. That's the next one. Alright, so now all I have to do is start putting them together. So I'm just going to hook them together end to end. And then all I have to do is nest up my bottom sashing with my bottom cornerstone piece on this opposite side. And they're kind of both facing the same direction, so I'm just going to like flip the seam so that it lands nicely. And everything's all nicely lined up. And all I'm doing is making my rows and sewing them together. Oops, stay nested.
Hi, Kim. Kim's having car trouble, so she can't stay long.
Oh man, that sucks. And all of the people that are on these blocks, they're in no particular order. They're just landing where they land. Which is fine by me.
Vicky's having leg trouble. Kim's having car trouble. Vicky's having leg trouble.
I don't know. I'm having shoulder trouble and hip trouble if it helps, guys.
My elbow hurts. Okay. Hi, Judy.
Welcome, everybody. I gave warning for this video, so hopefully everybody got their notification.
How much warning did you get? 10
An
minutes?
hour.
Oh, you didn't give me that much. You gave me 7 minutes warning.
Yeah, I came in from outside and said, Scott, I'm going live.
Yeah, you said I'm going live at 10, and I said, what time is it? And it's 9:53. It's like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
I got up, I had my insurance banana, and I took a shower to like get rid of my itchies. Because I get itchy from MS problems, and then I was like, usually it happens in the middle of the night. It's not like a daytime thing, it's usually in the middle of the night, but today I woke up with it. So I had to take a shower to get rid of my itchies. Well, I'm going to go live. Because I didn't think it would take too long once it's together to put it all the way together. Because all the pieces have been added, so. Alright, Scott. All these seams,
Ooh, I get iron.
the ones that I just added, are the secondary set. You can see which seam it is, obviously. Push them all to the right.
Okay. Oh, where? Red pie.
Alright. Next. So all I'm doing is putting the big blocks right sides together and sewing them. So it shouldn't be too hard or too long to put this together. Huh?
Does it really matter which way I put the seams?
Yeah, because I need to nest them. So if all those go to the right, these will go to the left, and everything will be opposite.
So all the seams are going that way?
Yes. Just the ones that I just sewed on. One that hangs over a little bit. Gotta cut it off. Sometimes that happens. Oh, stay.
Hold all these strips out once, right? What's that?
What's the comments say?
Only 23 people on. They said hi to each other, nothing about it. Nothing.
My morning audience seems to be less. That's because it's Monday.
It's a Monday.
Everybody's at work, the ones that do work, and the ones that are at home retired are like, I'm still in bed.
Well, Most of them are later in the day than us, too.
I just want to get this done. That way it can hang in the closet for another year until I quilt it.
No, maybe it'd be easier to tell which way they were going. Look it over and did it like you did upside down. Huh. But then they all are going left. Right? They're going that way. Okay. Let's go.
I notice that some people have open seams and some people have pressed to the right or left seams on all their blocks when I go and turn them upside down like this. Not everybody pieces and presses the same way.
Joyce says I should be moving some things in the house, but can't seem to get going this morning.
I'm forcing myself to. That way I can get things done. I'm hoping that my handles come back for my long arm and my string come back for my long arm sometime this week.
Is the company going to call us first?
No idea.
Tell us? What am I putting the done project?
Just lay 'em on the floor.
Once I ironed it, so you want me to kind of fold it, make it nice?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So the next row, press it to the left.
Is everyone going to be different? That's going to confuse me.
Yep, and I'll tell you which way when I throw them down.
Complicated. Huh? So these ones are going that way.
Yes. Pretty sure for all of those that are watching now and or have watched, if you guys participated in last year's swap with T and don't know what to do with all your blocks because you haven't put them together yet yourselves, this is definitely a great idea.
I think it looks awesome.
And like I said yesterday, a recap, all the blocks were cut wonky. So they were like 14.5, I think, unfinished. And what I did was I laid my 12.5-inch ruler on, and I laid it kind of crooked, just for example purposes. Pretend like the sashing isn't here. I laid the ruler on it kind of crooked and then cut all the way around. And then there was just like strips like these sizes left over, so I was only cutting off like an inch around the whole thing, but kind of crooked, so they go from an inch to like a 1/4 inch. So I just cut them a little on the wonky side, and it definitely is going to make a big difference once it's put together. It'll they won't look so perfectly straight, and I think that is going to be what makes it look really cool, especially with all the sashing being different colors and everything.
Hi, Katrina. They're out grocery shopping, so she's just listening.
Ah, listening while shopping.
I'm a quick grocery shopper, so I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm quick in and out.
Alright, these would be right.
Okay.
Okay, give me the 2 rows that I've already pieced.
But you want both at the same time?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be putting them together as I put them together.
Is that an end there on that one? It's gonna come there. I don't think so.
So what I'm going to do is put these 2 rows right sides together, and I'm doing it on my lap. That way everything reads upward. So I'll put these 2 right sides together. I'm going to make sure before I start sewing that everything's reading upward. And then I'm just going to go ahead and sew down this whole long seam.
Hi, BJ.
So every 2 rows that I do, I'll sew them together and then hook them. That way the quilt grows as I go. And I just nest all these seams as I get to them. Instead of pinning, I'm just holding them with my hand. They should all be now going opposite directions.
That should be, unless you got screwed up the arming.
Mhm.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
I just line them up and go.
Scott messed it up once again.
And like I said, they're not going in any particular order. I'm just sewing them together. As long as the blacks all end up on the ends. Come on. Just gonna hold them and nest them. Let go when I get to them.
Boy, so many little threads. Never ending job.
Coming up to the end. And I can give you a general idea of what this is going to look like. So this is so far. You can see that this is going to be a very large quilt.
Yeah, that's cool. That is awesome.
So there that is. So now all I have to do is add the next row that I just sewed onto it. You mean the next row that you...
That just ironed?
Yep.
Okay. That's awesome looking. Oh,
So
I
I'm
really
gonna
like
grab
it. I gotta admit.
this end, making everything upright, and it is. I'm going to turn it right sides together and add it on. And then I'll sew a couple more rows together, and while he's ironing, I can get those done.
Joe says that is so cool. BJ says beautiful colors.
Yes, it's going to look really awesome.
Oh, am I gonna have to iron that whole big thing? Is that what you're saying?
My needle lost the thread.
Am I back ironing that big hunk that you had there?
Yeah,
How am I gonna do that?
you fold it back.
Okay. Because it's huge. It is not gonna fit on the ironing board in any way, shape, or form.
I cannot thread these things.
Jim says it will be awesome and huge.
Yes. Well, it's going to go on my bed, so... Well, technically it'll hang on a quilt ladder until I feel like putting it on my bed, because I rotate the quilts on my bed.
She has so many. cooking with butter.
Now all my seams should again be nesting. So I just hold that next seam and go. And I'm out of bobbin now.
That sucks. You're using up all the half bobbins there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you have?
None. I have the whole one now.
Oh.
Or at least it looks whole. Alright. Now I can continue.
Hi, Beverly. Beverly says hello.
Hello, welcome everybody that's joining my morning sewing. Told y'all I'd be on today. Didn't know when, don't know for how long, but I'm here. And I'm pumped. I want to see this done.
Well, it's getting there. You're getting close.
Yep.
Goodness.
3 of 8 rows to make.
Only been on like 20 minutes and you're already
Putting them together.
like halfway there. Like speedy.
Mm.
If I'd have known today was going to be so quick, I'd have stopped you earlier last time.
Just nesting my seams as I go. Do-da-do, doing it again, getting it done. It would be nice if I'd sew a 1/4 inch seam though. There we go. But it didn't.
Nope. Phone doesn't move.
Alright, Mr. Scott, you could just keep it folded like this, you know? And then
Vicky wants you to put your sale quilts on Facebook so they can share them and help you sell them.
press it so that it heats it up, and then fold it back, and then do the next row. So you can start with whatever row you want. I'm going to start putting my
I
rows
have
together.
no idea what you just told me to do. How about I just iron? Oh, she says not in the group.
Now, I don't post them in the group. I'll post them on my main page, but I haven't even taken pictures of them, so I'll have to do that.
Oh, your newest ones?
Yeah.
You didn't take pictures of them yet?
Nope.
I'm just ironing the whole thing, right?
Yeah, just make sure you're pushing that seam back.
Don't know what's in the okay here.
The big long one that I just sewed together.
I'm just gonna iron it. We're just gonna run it.
But you need to make sure it lays flat.
Run what you brung. Get her done. Where the cable guy says. It's right here down the middle,
no,
right?
No.
The same?
Yeah, but first, make sure you're ironing it back, because see, now you're just going to cause bulges and wrinkles. You need to fold it back. because then that will affect my quilting when I'm on the long arm.
Or just let me iron it.
I don't want my quilting affected.
Big long seam straight down the middle.
Very folds first. This way.
You're not even on the seam. This one's the seam.
Yeah, that's the one I'm doing.
No, you're not. You were down here. You're ironing right here. This one. You're ironing the wrong seam.
I've been doing this a lot longer than you.
Well, then why aren't you touching the seam with the iron?
I am. I'm on the crest of it. I'm crest pushing it back.
You missed the whole thing.
No, I'm crest pushing it back.
You're goofy.
The Iron Man does not understand how it goes.
Okay, that was just that side. I gotta pull it down to do the rest.
And if you notice, I am not backstitching anything either. I'm just sewing. Because all the seams will be inside of a seam soon enough.
Oh, Beverly asked, what are you working on?
Who?
Beverly asked, what are you working on?
The TeaQuilts swap blocks, finally, from last year, putting them together into a quilt binder. Because they sat behind me on this table collecting dust for half a year. And let me tell you, it gets dusty in here. So I'm finally putting them together.
Yeah, that is true.
Of all the rooms in this house, this is the dustiest. Something about the fabric and the thread dust and all that stuff. It's just super duper duper dusty.
Okay, I can hold it down on top of this stuff, right? Do this one?
Huh?
To do this next one, I can just hold it down on top of it, stuff like this.
Yes. Anybody sewing? Getting things done?
Anybody else working on TeaQuilts block swap?
Did I inspire anyone else to take out your blocks from last year's swap?
They're not commenting. Hi, Faith. Faith just finished a pixel quilt for grandson. That's awesome.
Pixel quilt.
You did a pixel quilt.
Done many
for,
pixel quilts.
What was the one you did for one of Mrs. McCluskey? What was that one?
Spider-Man.
Yes, the Spider-Man pixel quilt. You also did a Darth Vader type one too, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Darth Vader. Tiffany's got the pixel quotes now. Jim says, I was going to, but the cat wanted to sit on my lap. It's a good excuse, Jim. We'll let you get away with that. always showing off our cat. We'll let you run with that. Okay. I'm sure this is probably done wrong according to you, but I think it's done. Why do you want it?
Press that one to the left and just stick it right there on the floor.
Oh, I have a normal one? Okay. I'm better with this one. It's one at a time. If you get more than one at a time, I get screwed. Hi, Bettina.
Welcome.
Hi, Mila. Mila says, yes, Tiffany, you inspired me. I just popped in to say hi. Now I'm heading upstairs to work on projects.
Fun.
Oh, Jim was working on it until 3:30 in the morning, so he's in no hurry.
Just want to be right.
No matter how many times I'm ironing these blocks, every single time I iron them, there's one thread going. And every time I iron them, I pull off all the thread.
Yeah.
How do they keep getting covered?
Because they keep getting put right sides together. Wrong side to right side. So the underside is getting threads onto the top side. Every time they're stacked.
Okay. That makes sense.
There's another one that's all pieced to open seams.
Is that good or bad?
Huh?
Is that good or bad?
I don't really like quilting on open seams.
Oh, that makes you quilting up?
Well, I should say I don't like stitching in a ditch on open seams
Oh.
because it splits them open even more. But I'm not stitching in a ditch on this quilt. We're going to do an all over something, something, something. Who knows what? Most of the time I don't plan my quilting until I'm ready to quilt it. You press the last one to the left.
You said right, then this
Right.
one.
Yep, that one's right then.
Well, last one I went this way, so this one I'm going that way. Get her, got her done? Yeah. As long as you understand, because I don't. Boy, don't squeak is getting in the way. I was telling a cordless iron this one.
Left.
I got it.
Look at that, guys. I'm like almost done already. Just a little bit more to go. So far, I have not noticed any other Arizona but me. I think I'm the only Arizona in all this.
Yeah. As far as I see, I haven't seen anyone else. Jim says he's not a stitch in the ditch fan. So you're not alone. Okay.
I think there did come two of these ones because I think I already just sewn one unless I just for some reason, just remember this fabric more than
Well,
anything.
here's the one you just sewed. Oh, no, the one you just sewed, I guess, on the ground. So never mind.
No,
Okay,
I
what
just
am I
meant
looking for?
total.
What color? What is that?
It's a pink with flowers.
Pink with flowers.
I think I used 2 of these accidentally. Somehow I must have cut 2 and just didn't realize what I was doing.
We'll see it when the whole thing's put together, I guess. 'Cause I don't see it now.
Oh well, 1 piece out of 71 fabrics. That means I had 70 fabrics technically, if one is a double, but I didn't think I cut 2 of them. Unless I grabbed 2 from the scrap bin. I think that's pretty good, if you ask me. But I just keep seeing it, so I'm assuming that there's a double.
Your mind is focused for it, so you just notice it every time you do see it, maybe? I don't know.
Probably.
It's just me.
Well, it's the fabric I
And then
used
the
on the
small-
back of my, trying to think of what quilt got the back.
I know.
With that fabric. It was,
I don't know which quilt either, but I
I think it's
remember
the one
seeing
that Becca has, Flying Home.
it. Guess Miss Becca buys more of your quilts than... She's a big...
Alright, and this one will be whatever, because I forgot already.
Right?
Exactly.
The opposite way. This one's going down this way, so that one's going down that way. Oh, I'm sorry. My hand on that. It's this one you keep seeing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't know what to tell you.
It's embedded in my memory.
Hi, Marla.
Hello, hello, welcome.
Hi, Angela. Angela won't be here long. She has a headache.
Aww.
She's on.
Get better.
We're here to distract you. Katrina's grocery shopping, so we're distracting her. Vicky's legs hurting, we're distracting her. And Tim's having car trouble, so we'll just be the distraction for everyone's bad stuff.
No bad days allowed.
Yeah, I like that. Hi, Julie.
Hello, hello, hello. By the way, this is going to be a super big quilt.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's going to be 91.5 by 104.5. So it's going to be quite large. Perfect for my queen bed.
You do like large quilts. You do like your large and in charge quilts.
Yes.
Okay, there's the last one I just ironed.
Am I ringing?
Is someone calling you?
Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. There's the last one. I don't remember which way you were already on,
I
and I
do,
need
because I have the iron down
the
there.
big pile now.
Well, one piece.
Bless you.
Another. I guess not. Do you want all of them at once?
No, I just
Oh,
want...
you wanted the real big one. I'm sorry. That's what you want.
Okay, so I'm gonna lay this up here. I'm gonna
Hey.
grab...
I'm ironing these with the names up, right? Because it doesn't matter which side I go if it's upside down, right? Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure.
So here's the first
Just making sure.
here.
So far, all the names have been up. Just making sure.
We're gonna put this right here. Like that. Right sides it together.
Hi, Ginger. Ginger says that's going to be awesome.
Yes, that will be. Alright, bring it over here. Sew it on. And I'm not pinning anything still because I don't want to, don't need to. Here it is, here's another one. So there is two. This is on a different end, so
It's the one I just gave you, isn't it?
nope.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I'll go with it. I will agree with you because you're probably right. You normally are.
I sure love a scrappy quilt.
Big fan of the scrappy quilt.
And I still get to make another quilt after this with all the leftover. Since all I did was cut 12.5 inches off of 71 different fabrics. Technically 70, but 71 pieces.
Ginger says you inspire me to go get quilting. Okay, you want this one next?
No,
Do you have
I'm
any
going
order?
in order of the way we pressed them right, left, right, left. So I'm pulling from the bottom the way you laid them down.
Oh, you should have told me that. I would have laid them down different. I was going to lay them down the way you give them to me because I thought you wanted the last one first. Okay, so then this is the one you want next.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, it's good you knew what I was doing, or you would have them backwards.
I'll build too many quilts, so I know what I'm doing. Although there are those times that I do get out of whack and out of order.
They're talking about migraines. Some get them in rain, some get them with smells. What do you get them with? Because you're a migraine tip person.
I get them with eye sensitivity and stench sensitivity. I don't
So
like any
smells
smells.
and certain sights.
Alright, next row. Just going to open them instead of pressing.
Well, we can come and press. I can do my best, but once you get big like that, I kind
I'll
of
do
suck.
it. It's my. I'll do it. Take it this way.
This one.
I'm gonna start sewing it and then I'm gonna line it up because that way it's kind of laying on my lap.
Debbie. Debbie's new here.
Welcome.
She says, how is everyone?
I'm excited to get this done. That's how I am. Excited.
Julie says fluorescent lights bring hers on too. I don't think that lighting hurts your eyes, does it?
Yeah, lighting hurts, yes. Why do you think I don't look at the computer screen?
You're your phone all day long, so I don't
The
know.
phone is set to a different setting. I turned my blue light off.
Oh. I didn't know that.
My phone has that capability.
I didn't know that.
Some phones have it.
Remember when I had those glasses that were supposed to have the whatever on that was supposed to help the computer screen? But to me, I didn't notice.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it. But then again, you don't wear your glasses, so it wouldn't matter if we got you those anyway.
That's another thing that makes my head hurt is the glasses sitting on my face. Something about it. I don't know.
That's true.
Even though I can't see very well, I mean I can. I have great vision. My glasses are just supposed to help me focus. But when I wear my glasses, the feeling of them on my face, right here and right here, irritates me and it causes a headache. And I told that to the eye doctor, but like they listen, they want me to learn to focus. They said, oh, you'll get used to it after a while. I never got used to it. So I only wear my glasses when I absolutely need to. During like MS attacks and my eyes don't focus. Because it gets worse when I'm in an attack than on my daily. Which kind of sucks.
Julie says it's going to be a big quilt.
Yes, nice and big. Just the way I like them.
Oh, and Ginger's asking, how do you like your King Quilter? She's thinking of getting one. Not
My
sure which
King
one I
Quilter,
like.
I love it except for the fact that my machine, but the ones that they sell now don't come with the screen and handlebars that I have, so you guys don't have to worry about that. It's totally different, and nobody I've known has had a problem with their screen and handlebars. Only I do, because I just got the random rare model with the screen and handlebar problem. So I'm on my second set now.
Well, she likes the HQ also.
Yeah.
So she's not sure.
I like handy quilter too, but in reality, even though I don't own a handy quilter, they're the same exact machine. The King Quilter and the Handy Quilter are the same exact thing. The King Quilter 2 Elite is the same thing as the Handy Quilter Capri sit down, and or it could be converted to on a frame.
And we're an affiliate for SewingMachinesPlus, so if you want to click on that and look, you can.
It's down in the description below every video.
It's up to you. It won't cost you anything. We're trying to become an ambassador with them or something like that.
Yes, of the King Quilter itself. Hold on, I'm going to press these while I'm at it.
Okay, well, I had these in order. It goes that one, this one, this one. Do you want your iron on?
Nope. That's just what we got.
Okay.
Out of the screen for 2 seconds, friends.
Julie's a beginner quilter, she says.
Beginner quilter completely, and you're getting a long arm? Or thinking about it, I mean?
Well, no, that was Ginger.
Oh,
That was thinking of the long one.
okay.
Julie just says I'm a beginner quilter. Ginger said thanks a lot. It's great to know. She appreciates it. Hey Cheryl. Cheryl says good morning.
Morning. Morning. I'm kind of in and out of the screen because I'm pressing real quick just so that it's kind of as flat as I can get it. That way when I finish putting it together, all I have to do is show you guys and I don't have to worry about pressing after the fact.
Hi Judy.
Ooh, I love it how they're all just crooked.
It's
So
awesome.
cool.
Yes, I think it's an awesome quilt. I really do like it. I'm not lying. Judy's at her job just watching. Don't get in trouble, Judy.
Yeah, I always say that, you guys. You don't have to watch while you're at work, because I don't want anybody getting in trouble on my account, because I'm doing something exciting.
Debbie asks, how big are your blocks?
They're 12 and a half, and then the sashing is 1.5 inch. Alright, next row.
Debbie's a beginning quilter
Which
as well.
one was the next one? This one?
No, up here. So I thought you were sitting down.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna lay it up here.
Okay. Now I'll turn the camera since you're doing different stuff over here.
In the correct position. Correct position.
Julie's thinking of getting a frame as well. She just got the Juki 2010Q and she loves it.
Don't put it on a frame. I'm sorry what everyone else says. My own personal opinion, this machine does not go on a frame. At all. I already did it on a frame and it was nothing but frustrating, so that's why I got a big machine. Especially if you're really into quilting, you'll get so frustrated, and you don't want to be frustrated with something you love. Like, at all.
Yeah, she loves the Juki, but it's way better at sitting down here.
It's meant for sit down free motion. It is not meant to be moving around on a frame. And I like to sell it that way, but it definitely does not work properly that way.
Hi, Heather.
At least for me, it didn't. And a couple other people I know.
Julie says she loves it and spends all of her free time in the sewing room.
So do I.
Ginger asks, how big is it? I don't think we know fully, Ginger, until it's done.
It's going to be 91.5 by 104.5. I did the math. My horrible math, but I did it anyway. And guess what? It should be correct.
Debbie says, I really love quilting. And she said, wow, those are big blocks.
Yes.
Julie says, so really, what do you suggest?
I suggest looking into a bigger machine. So keep your Juki for your piecing, but don't put it on a frame. I suggest if you want a frame and you want a machine and you're running out of money because this was expensive, I would highly suggest going for like a Moxie, which is a handy quilter, or like what I have, the King Quilter 2 Elite, or somewhere in the 15 to 18, and there's even the Grace. I think it's a 15-inch also Grace machine. And then there's also like the Juki, if you have a little bit more money, the Juki 2200 QVP, I mean, there's tons of different machines out there. You just have to look around, but I do not suggest putting the Juki on a frame.
Well, sure. This right here is your throat space, from here to here. And this is way too small for
and
long arm.
And you gotta think the poles are this big. The poles are like 1.5 inches. So your pole sits right here, taking up, look at how much space.
Your pole is what holds the quilt.
That means your quilting space is only from here to here, literally. And then as you roll up the quilt, it gets fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter, leaving you with only 3 inches to quilt. It's easier to just free motion quilt because you can adjust things and make your area flat and push stuff out of the way. But if you put it on a frame, it does not work that way. It's totally different. And you'll get so frustrated and so fed up because it just looks and feels and sews not right.
So that's why this machine is better for the sit down and the free.
Yeah.
For long arming on a big machine, you want something with bigger throat space. Ours is an 18 inch. The only frame that I would even think to consider by using is if you were going to buy the Grace Cutie frame. Some of you out there have the Grace Cutie frame. It's a little tabletop frame that you put your machine on. The throat space on it is only as big. I think they only hold up to 16 inches. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure because I just watched the videos. I think it's up to 16-inch space within, the quilting availability between the bars. So, I mean, that would be another thing, and you just sit down at your table and move your machine from under the underside, but even then you still may get frustrated with the throat space. I mean, I'm on an 18-inch machine, and technically I only have 16 inches with the bars in the way. So if you think about it, as I'm rolling up on a king-size quilt, I'm also losing tons of space, but I definitely don't get down to less than 8 inches, which this is an 9-inch throat. So I mean, I never get that small. That way you can keep doing whatever you started doing within the big space. It doesn't have to shrink and shrink and shrink as you go, if that makes any sense at all. Like, I really, really did not like it. I mean, I did a lot of quilts with this on a frame because I took it off and put it on, took it off and put it on constantly.
But
Yes. Learn from
I
our
would rather
experience.
sit in free motion on this. You know, I wouldn't waste an extra, I think it's like $1,700 for a frame to put this on, when you can put that $1,700 towards another actual long arm and frame. You know what I mean? And then make payments, or if you have the money to just pay it off. I mean, like I said, the Moxie is 4,000. It comes out to like $5,000 frame and all for an 8-foot frame, which does twin size. You know, 8-foot will do twin size perfectly, and even full size, I think, on 8-foot. Yeah, because the cloth leaders would be 7.5 feet. So yeah, you'd get a full size bed off of an 8-foot frame. I would really, really consider, you know, looking into it.
Angela says, do you already have a pattern in mind?
For this, to quilt? No, I don't. I'm just gonna whatever on it. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get to it. It's probably gonna hang in the closet for a year until I can do it. I just was really excited to get the top finally done.
Judy says she's working from home. So I guess it's okay that she's watching you.
That what?
She's working from home. And then we told her not to get in trouble while watching while working.
Oh, that's good.
And Julie said it was good to know. Thank you for giving her all that information.
That's
you can
just
see where that would
my
be super
honest
frustrating.
opinion, because I've already been through it, you know, and I outgrew this being on a frame quicker than you can believe. But we didn't have the money to go any further at the moment, so I sold my frame and got a bigger machine and frame. But I kept this machine only because I love this machine for piecing. This is the best machine that I have ever pieced on.
I deleted that first one. But
Oh, yeah.
They didn't say anything bad. They were actually very nice. But,
Oh,
just
you-
because of their name, I deleted it. I don't know. Did I do good or bad?
You just deleted them, period.
Well, I deleted their thing, and then they could still write, so then I blocked them from the
Oh,
I hid them.
that's fine.
And I hid them.
That's a horrible name, so.
Well, yeah, they didn't say anything bad, but yes.
I
their
only
name.
delete though if they say bad things. If the name is horrible, the name is horrible.
I don't know. Should I let them come back on then?
They're probably mad by now.
Oh well.
Usually random name people like that, they don't actually know what a quilt is, so technically they wouldn't have wrote the word quilt. That's what I do on other channels. I let them ride for a couple comments, and then if they start, you know, saying stupid stuff, then I delete them.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't moderate my own channel as much as everybody else does, you know. So when I'm on other channels, I do the same
Well then.
as they would do on mine. So I give people the benefit of the doubt, unless they just jump in saying stupid stuff. Sometimes their names are just what their names are on YouTube.
I didn't know.
It's fine.
Bettina says she's making 2.5-inch triangles.
Plus they tagged me. If it was a bot, they wouldn't have been able to tag me.
Well, I can unhide them.
Yeah, unhide it.
Okay.
Make sure it's the wrong person and see if it is. If it is, then it is. Like I said, you never know until they finally do say something stupid and irritating.
Maybe they're gone now. Hi, Nita. Nita's on. She says hello.
Hello, hello. Alright, oops, this goes this way. Making sure I'm putting them on in the correct direction. I have 2 more rows left to attach to this, and then I just have to do the top of the quilt and the left side with sashing. So I'm literally almost done. starting to get heavy. Lots of fabric.
Oh, that's okay, Nita. We understand. She said she's sorry she missed yesterday.
She's what?
She's sorry she missed yesterday.
Oh, that's fine.
I said it's okay. We understand.
Talks to you anyway, so I mean it's okay.
Yes, Julie, we have many videos of Tiff using her King Quilter. We have videos of her cleaning it even.
I have every kind of video about the King Quilter possible that the King Quilter company that sells it don't have.
Yes.
How to use it, how to
We're-
this, how to that.
We want to be like an ambassador or something for it because they don't have anything about it. They had to change their instruction manual for it because of us, because we called them up and pointed out so many things that were wrong.
And now everybody's instruction manual is a little bit easier to understand. Let's just put it this way. I was one of the first 5 people to buy it. And one of the first 5 people that bought it, like me, found me because I started making videos instantly on it. So, and they didn't even put theirs together yet until they found me. Because there was nothing about it until I started putting videos about it. And I had already been a YouTube channel. And like I said, I spoke with their managers in the beginning. I was already a YouTube channel and told them several times during all the purchasing, I'm a YouTube channel. I may not have a bazillion followers, but I'm going to be talking and using about this machine as much as possible because I teach quilting start to finish. Not only do I teach piecing, but I teach the quilting process too, and from start to finish. So, but they kept saying, oh, we don't need that right now. We don't need that right now. So, and now look at it. It's been 3 years since I purchased my machine, and they still want to say they don't need it right now? When how many other people have now bought it? And it's not like I'm trying to get rich quick or anything off of it. I just, you know, I feel that people would like to know, and most people contact me over contacting customer service, and I help most people from myself, just out of the goodness of my heart. So they need to realize that. And they know who I am every time I call too, because my screen went out again. Oops.
Yeah, they hear from us a lot.
Okay, almost done with this row. That means I only have one more row to put on, and then I could start making my sashing pieces.
Yes, Vicky, you're correct. It's like everything else in the world. Once you buy it, it's your problem.
Alright, so I'm going to press this back real quick and then
They don't seem to care.
add the last row.
Hi, Tony. You want me to get your iron going? I can. Could have easily done that a while ago.
No, it's fine. I'm good. I got it. I'm just giving it a quick press, and when I finally quilt it, I'll just do a better job. For the quickness of getting these done. Well, it's morning time on this video. A slightly not so good job. My quick and get done job, that's what I'm doing. The get her done way. Alright, one last row. Lay this on here.
Your quilt shop in town doesn't have too many. That's why we bought ours online.
Oh, they only sell handy quilter at our local shop, that's
Yeah.
And their deal for me for a used machine, it was cheaper for me to get a brand new machine from an online dealer.
Hi, Robin. Robin's on lunch break. She says hello.
Hello. Okay, so we'll run this last row through. Then I'll hand it off to Scott while I make the top and bottom sashing. And he can just do the pressing.
Tony says I have a zillion scraps, so we'll try that quilt.
Have a zillion what?
Scraps.
Oh, yes, I have tons also. But these are scraps from people all over the United States who did the swap with tea. And then I made extra blocks originally because we didn't know how many people were actually joining this swap when we did this last year. So I made a bunch of extra ones just in case. And then when they got sent back to me, there was an extra 16 blocks, and I just swapped out the centers and made them black to match the inside, or I mean the outside color. So now those are running along the side, and then the names from everyone else besides one block from me is in the middle of the whole thing.
But Ginger says, appreciate all your info. It's hard to get a company to help once you've bought the product.
Yeah. Alright, we need to roll a bobbin because I'm out of bobbins. I used up all my black bobbins finally. I figured it would go a little bit longer, but
All your half bobbins, all the different colors are all gone too?
I'm not going to do different colors on this quilt.
Oh, I thought you were going to.
I
thought
was
that
thinking
was
about it
planned.
and then I decided against it. So I'm just going to roll a
Oh.
single bobbin real quick.
Okay. Hi, Jen. Jen says hello. No, I haven't been on here in a long time, but I hope you're both doing well.
Oh, hello.
We're good, Jen. How are you doing?
Ah. Only takes a minute to thread it, so I'm not getting myself behind on anything because I technically had no deadline. It should have been done a year ago. That was my deadline. This should have been done a long time ago. Of everybody, I think Tucker was the only one I know that did his and put his together. Little Tucker. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only one on there from Pennsylvania.
Oh, you looked at them all?
Yeah.
Oh.
I ironed them how many times now?
Oh.
I've pulled thread off at every single block how many times? I even pulled Tucker's out and showed it to everybody yesterday, remember?
Oh, no, I don't remember, so.
And I asked you how old he was, and I was telling everybody he's like the youngest quilter. He's cool.
No.
Although Joe's, what, granddaughter or whatever, she's pretty young. She's getting into it.
Yeah, she's 11.
Yeah. So we got some young up-and-coming quilters. They're quite talented. Did Tucker do his on live since he has a channel? Do you know?
Not that I know.
Oh. Again, tell everyone they
I
should go
think
watch
he only
it.
quilted it on the live, on a video.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Did he do a video of him making his whole thing and putting it together?
Not that I know of, just quilting it, I think.
Okay. So I can tell them they can go look at his and see a lot of the same stuff. So far, so good.
Alright, Mr. Scotty, press this back and I'm going to put together two, the side and the top.
So what am I doing?
Press that seam back.
The top, just the top one?
Yeah,
Okay.
the one that I just did. And
Okay,
then
technically it's the very
I'm
bottom
going to
one.
take 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to take 7 of my 12.5-inch strips, and I'm going to hook them together with a cornerstone, except it's going to end with a cornerstone, not start with a cornerstone. So I'm just going to add the cornerstones to them all and then hook them all together. And it'll end with a cornerstone, but not start with. Then the next set, which is 8 of them, will start and end with a cornerstone. That way I never had to lay this quilt out to put it together. Alright, now to hook them all together.
Oh, hi, Carissa.
So I'm just going to finger press them, add the next one, finger press it, add the next one, over and over until they're all on here. In no particular order, and I'm not even separating them, I'm just finger pressing it out of the way, adding the next piece, and so on and so forth until they're all on here. Just making one long chain of all 7 of these ones, and I'll do the same when I get to the next, which would be the side. This
Am I
is just
ironing
the
them
top.
pieces then?
No, I'm just going to attach it and then you can iron it back.
Okay. Person didn't see the notice till just now. She says it's okay.
That's okay. There's a replay for a reason, and I'm still here. And it's ending with the cornerstone. So now I have a nice long chain, and all I have to do is attach it to the top of the quilt. So it does not start with a cornerstone, but it ends with a cornerstone. And I'm just going to finger press that. What I'm going to do is grab the quilt, and I already know what's the top because
Just look at the tags. The words are going up and down. The way the words read normal is.
Yep. So I'm going to bring this up here, put the whole entire quilt up here, and attach my sashing to it, which I'm ending this quilt with the sashing. It's not getting any borders because I don't need it any bigger than what it already is. But you could definitely make it bigger if you needed to. So I'm just going to nest my seams as I go. And they should be exactly the same size because everything, all the blocks were 12.5 inches. Oops, come on, get under there. Nest it right up.
Vicky's watching you and Kathy's quilts
Huh?
at the same time.
What?
She's watching you and Kathy's quilts at the same time.
Who is?
Vicky. You and Kathy's quilts and crafts comes on there and watches us. Yeah.
Yep.
That's Jen's mom. Jen was on here now watching us too. You see? It's one big small world here.
Alright, so now that's on here. I'm just gonna press it back real quick and then make the next one. So press this back, Scotty.
Okay, Tony asked, do you know yet what is going on the back?
Nope. I probably will just get a 108 for it. Make it easy on myself. Alright, so the next should be 8 pieces left, and now I'm going to start it with a cornerstone and end it with a cornerstone. So I'm just going to run them all through, and then I'll come back and add my cornerstone at the start, because it obviously will have one at the end by the time I hook all these together.
Her mom is working on a Bargillo quilt at the moment.
Ah,
Quilts. That's what she's doing.
sounds like fun. I have my unfinished Bargillo quilt from like 4 years ago under here. One of these days I should put it together the rest of the way. It is
Well,
put
you
together.
got-
I need to either add borders to it or just quilt it as is, honestly.
You got plenty of Sew Sundays to pull out new projects. Or unfinished projects. Whatever.
My UFOs.
Yep.
Alright, last piece, and then I'm going to hook them all together. Alright, so I'm going to snip them. Just set them next to me.
Vicky's working on a Dresden plate quilt.
Alright, so I'm going to turn this around, add a sashing to it, because I'm starting and ending with a sashing. And then all I'm going to do is connect them to this. So I'm going to finger press it, connect the next, finger press it, connect the next, until they're all on this.
Where's that going?
This is going on the side now.
Okay.
There's the whole side right there needs sashing too.
Okay. I was just asking.
And that's it. I only needed to do top and side.
I'm not complaining, I was just asking. Because this quilt's getting huge. Getting humongo.
Yes, it's quite on the large side.
Okay, and here's the side that needs it. Put that up there.
So I'm just finger pressing them and sewing them together. So I don't really need to press them because he's pressing them as after they're sewn on, which they lay flat afterwards anyway.
Here's a question for you.
What?
Ginger asked, do any of your children like to sew or quilt?
They only do it because I like it, and it's only my girls.
And they don't really do.
They don't really do. Actually, Lexa sews on her own, on the side at home, but she makes not anything quilting related. She sews, and I just had to give her a how to use your machine rundown because she was trying to use a metal bobbin in a plastic bobbin case. So I was like, come to my house and I'll give you some plastic bobbins for your machine so that you're not putting metal in there. And then, yeah, so she sews like dog, what is it called? Dog collars. She makes dog collars. She doesn't do them as often as she was.
She doesn't have any dogs, though.
Well, they can be dog or cat collars.
Okay. I didn't know. I was wondering what she does. I didn't know she did that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
All right, so let's go up here.
Maxine has a quilt that she started with you. Hopefully we'll
Yeah,
get her to finish
Maxine
that.
and my quilts that we started are right under the table, right here under me. at my feet because they were back behind me, but those were also covered in dust.
Do any of you guys have kids that like the sword quilt? How about we ask that to the audience?
But Lexa has made, my oldest daughter Alexa has made 3 quilts, and then Maxine has made blocks as projects, and then started a quilt with me, and but she's mainly just made blocks with friends and videos over here, and or just hung out in videos. And then Cyrus has actually made pillows. And Damon actually has not been on a video to make anything yet. He's the only one that hasn't.
Ask him if he wants to come do it someday. When he doesn't have work. He's a big talker. They might get a kick out of him. You're not. He might be the life of the show. He's kind of funny. Jim says my youngest is making a quilt for her mentor. That's awesome, Jim.
Almost done. I have no idea how we're going to hold this up because this quilt is kind of large and it's just me and Scott here.
Okay, we'll just leave the camera where it is and you hold one side over at that corner and I'll hold the other side over here off camera. And we'll just do that. They can just see the part that we hold up.
Or I could just go lay it on the living room floor.
Yeah, we can do that. You want to do that?
Turn all the lights on out there.
Well, I still have to iron the top and stuff.
I'll iron, you go turn all the lights on,
well,
and then we'll go out there together.
We got time. Judy says my youngest daughter made a log cabin quilt while she was still in school. She also made a baby quilt when her oldest son was born.
Aw, that's cool.
So some of you got quilters in the family. We know Joe does. Joe's got what, an 11-year-old, right?
Yep, her
Yeah.
granddaughter.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to press this top portion, and then I'm going to go lay it on my living room floor. Because I'm not going to press the whole thing. Just going to go lay it out there. Just going to press this top. Or side. Maybe this is the side. This might be the side. Either way, I'm pressing it. And then I'll just go lay it on the floor out there. Wrinkly or not.
Lights are on. Tony says my mom sewed and had 4 girls and I quilt. My sister calls herself so dumb. That way she can get me to do it. So see, she's not so dumb. She's actually quite wise.
I probably could go around this with black, like 2.5 inches, or no, I'm just gonna leave it. I gotta do a stay stitch all the way around it though, but not today. Alright guys, I'm gonna go lay this in the living room and then...
Well, I'll come with you with the camera.
Oh, okay.
I am the camera guy. It's part of my job description. Oh, Kim's home. She found out the charging system wasn't working. Sorry to hear that, Kim.
Here we go. The fan is on, so it's gonna knock it, but...
I didn't think the fan would blow it. The fan's been on for every other quilt that's out here on the floor. We're getting oh beautiful and very pretty.
It needs to be pressed better, but that's it. I'm gonna leave it just like that. Although I kind of do want to go around it with a small border, because that way my binding doesn't cover too much of this, you know what I mean? Like maybe white or black or something. I don't know.
Well, you're getting very nice. Looks awesome. So beautiful. Joe says, OMG, love.
Stay. Yeah, I got the fan. I'm trying to block. I'm trying to look for that second print because I thought, yep, here it is right here, and there it is right there. So yeah,
Okay.
there, it is in here twice.
Faith says, really nice.
So the blacks are all down the sides, all the names are right side up. And as you can see, they're slightly wonky. All
Carissa
of them.
says, so pretty.
I love it. That's perfect.
Joe, you're going to have to tell your youngin' that we were talking about her talent today. That Tiff was commenting how talented she is.
I'm going slow so you guys can see all of them. And it was a TeaQuilts block swap, so hers landed right here in the center.
Hi, Joanna. Joanna says that makes me want to make one.
All you have to do is make scrap blocks and then put a color around them, any color you want, and then go around them with that color and then wonky cut them. And then take a bunch of scrap fabric and sash it.
Faith says, really nice. I love your vision with this quilt. Robin says, one of my 4 daughters' quilts.
And look, I never get it, but here's another Tiffany. It's rare anywhere I go that there's another Tiffany on the internet. Usually I'm the only Tiffany in every group.
It's a common name.
No, it's not. In every group and every channel I'm on, I'm the only Tiffany.
Maybe you're the only Tiffany that quilts, but Tiffany is a very common name in the world.
Yeah. All right, so there's my wonky quilt from my TeaQuilts block swap from last year.
Kim says it looks amazing. I love the wonky style.
Yeah, I'm going to go around it with something small though, guys, because I think that it will help when I go to bind it, having one final border. Just a small one though, nothing big. Anyway, all right, let's go to the room. I'm going to leave that right there.
Oh,
Or you
stay
can,
there. You want me to bring it in?
no, it could just stay right there for a minute.
Joyce says that's amazing. Jim says like a scrappy sashing.
Yes, I do too. So my next thing to do, because I already had all these, my next whatever is to sew all these 1.5 inch strips, there's 71 of them, into something. And 2 of them are the same, but that was accidental. So out of 71 different, I only got 2 colors the same. So, you know, I guess that's a good thing that I accidentally only picked up 1 that matches. So now, next project is this basket, because I don't want it to get all too wrinkled up. And I have no idea what I'm going to make with it. I'll probably sew them together in strip sets and then cut them in triangles and then put them back together so they create square, square, and a square. That might be fun. And see however big I can get it, because there's 70 something prints there. Alright guys, I'm done for the day. For now at least. Thank you all for hanging out this morning, which it's still not morning, right? Still morning?
For us,
Yeah.
it's 11:30.
Okay.
For everybody else, it's probably afternoon.
And
Unless they're in California, or Hawaii, or
yeah,
some other
I'm going to
country.
add one more small border all the way around. I'll probably just choose a random print that is not in any of the rest of that and just throw it around there. That way there's something for the binding. That way it's not hiding most of the last of the wrap around the edge because of the sashing being a 1.5 inch strip. So now it's only 1.25, which is going to be hidden by almost 3/4 of an inch because I put my binding to the front. So it's definitely going to be hidden quite a bit once it's quilted. I think that's the only thing I'm going to do, but I'm not going to do it on camera because there's no need. It's done, technically. So, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm finally glad that I totally got that done because it really needed to get done. Now they can collect dust hanging in the closet instead of behind me, not put together. So there's an idea for what you guys can do if you haven't put your swap blocks together with the TeaQuilts, and or if you just want to make a scrappy quilt and tons of scrappy blocks, because it's quite fun and they're wonky and I like it. I think it looks cool. So I'm gonna go. Thank you for hanging out. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, like my video, and share with your quilty friends. And I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye.